We've used this offense reference a few times here on the 208. Snip, snap, you're familiar with it. After SNAP benefits were kind of snipped over the weekend, two federal judges have now forced the Trump administration to use emergency ag money to restore the food assistance program. But only about halfway, which means the 42 million Americans who rely on SNAP will only get about half of what they usually get, and only through the month of November, which means food banks are still going to have to carry a bigger burden to feed families. And while they may have food to give for now, what they're lacking most right now are volunteers to give it out. Joe Paris found out there's a local way for Idahoans to close the relief gap without having to open their wallet.
Each month, more than 130,000 Idahoans rely on SNAP benefits to provide basic food needs for their family. Tough economic times and the federal government shutdown is pushing need far beyond the norm.
We have just seen an increased need all across the board.
Bryn Booker is a Boise area specialist for Just Serve, a website, organization, and app where the volunteer needs of local organizations are posted.
The idea is it's one place to list the community's volunteer and donation needs so that those who are interested in helping out can find somewhere where they can volunteer and give back, just in a really easy, simple way.
There will always be a financial need in the nonprofit world, but money and goods are only beneficial if there are people to distribute them.
We've had more food bank posts, I think, than I've ever seen on Just Serve, and need for increased volunteers and donations because of the current situation that we're in. And so it's an awesome place for people to be able to go when maybe they feel a little bit helpless to do something right now. That they don't have to feel that way because there's opportunities for them to be able to either volunteer or donate and help.
The process on Just Serve is simple. Type in a need area or topic like food pantry, and a localized list will show you scheduled events and opportunities in your neighborhood. Sign up to connect with organizations big and small.
That's what I love about Just Serve is you can go and, maybe you're not in a position to be able to give financially in the terms of bringing donations, bringing food to an organization. But if you have an extra hour or two in your week and you want to make an impact, you can go to Just Serve. You can search by your interests. You can search by days of the week or times that are good for you.
The impact of SNAP payments being delayed and likely lessened can be hard to quantify for now, but leaders say they are seeing a larger volume of clients and new faces reaching out for help.
We've had more food bank posts, I think, than I've ever seen on Just Serve, and need for increased volunteers and donations because of the current situation that we're in. And so it's an awesome place for people to be able to go when maybe they feel a little bit helpless to do something right now. That they don't have to feel that way because there's opportunities for them to be able to either volunteer or donate and help.
This is a situation that gets tougher every day for families.
Salvation Army, Boise Corps, our lines are 3 times as long as they normally are for people coming to get food. And we know places like Interfaith Sanctuary, they're saying things like, we are now serving more meals than we have before for breakfast and lunch, which they weren't previously doing. And they're maxing out their neighbors' capacity even with Corpus Commons.
Bryn is a volunteer herself, and she knows there are lots of people like her in the community.
Something that I've seen from our community is, they show up. When they know that there's a need, they show up and they're willing to help. Sometimes it is just about knowing where to find those opportunities.
And they are easy to connect with. Go to justserve.org. And Brian, my conversation with Bryn, she said that, there are some people that there's a little bit of an intimidation factor for I've never done this before. I don't have a big group of people. These organizations, especially now, are happy to work with people. So for example, if there's a listing for a 2-hour slot, an organization at this point is not going to say, oh, sorry, if you can only do 2 hours, it's the only time we'd want you. They're looking for able-bodied people. They're looking for people with disabilities. They're looking for people that can just do about anything, answering phones, handing out boxes. There is a dire need in this community, and there's always attention on it during the holiday season, but it's hard to quantify the impact right now.
This highlights kind of the need right now, but as you mentioned, this is not just for this time period because this is going forward and will go into the holiday season.
And even if SNAP is restored fully, there's going to be a domino effect where families are digging out of a hole for months.
Catching up, exactly. All right.
It's not just for now.
Yep. Thanks, Joe.